Hello, this is the Relatable Problems Podcast. This is where we moan about all of our pet peeves. Can my guests today please introduce themselves?
Hello, my name is Hermione.
Oh, was that your theme song?
Yeah, I know.
That was really good, thank you. So for those who don't know, Hermione is my not so loving partner. I didn't say that. But I guess you could say this is a great first episode because she is my pet peeve.
Hey, I'm not that bad. I am not bad.
No, not really. However, what is that bad to you? What kind of pet peeves are bad to you?
People who eat with their mouth open and make that really annoying chewing noise, you know, the...
Oh dear. Yeah, that gets on my nerves. Why does it annoy you? How does it make you feel?
It just makes me really angry. My sister did it once, so I threw a punch at her face across the table.
Okay, don't know if I want to ask you any more questions now. What made you hate that sound?
I don't know. I think it's because of giraffes.
Of giraffes. Can you elaborate, please?
Zoo, and they were just munching, and it was really annoying. And ever since that day, I've not liked it.
Well, why were you up close to a giraffe listening to it chew some food?
No, it's the zoo. It's just here and down the floor, and it's really annoying.
That's an interesting one. So, how old were you when you discovered you hated the chewing with your mouth open sound?
6.
6. And you are 42 now, so that was quite a long time ago.
20. Barely.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I get that, like, me personally, I can relate to that problem.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, I see what you did.
No, I can, to be fair, because I used to do it, but I was younger, so...
You still do?
Yeah, but I don't mean to do it. I don't go out of my way to go...
No, you just do it naturally, I think.
Yeah, as I said, I used to do it when I was younger, but it is annoying when you see someone just... You just happen to look over at someone eating, I don't know, like a sandwich, and they're sitting on a bench, food in hand, and they're just eating like that. Like, you don't need to do that, especially in public.
Yeah, you don't need to go all out on that sandwich.
I mean, you can if no one's watching you, but you can lick it if you like. It's only a sandwich. It's not going to retaliate.
So, like, when you walk down the road and you see someone with a meatball sub and then rubbing it in that it's a meatball sub. Do you know what I mean?
Look at me, I've got meatballs.
Look at my meatball sub, yeah, you're jealous of my meatball sub.
Well, does anything else on that line annoy you?
When people are eating and they don't know what they're eating, so they spit it out in a tissue.
Really?
That I cannot stand. If someone does that next to me, I cannot finish my food. It generally makes me want to vomit.
Oh wow. I'll be honest. Never watch me eat beef. Because I don't on a tissue. I just put it back on the plate that I was using. Well, it's gonna go in the bin anyway. It doesn't matter if it goes on a napkin or what.
I wouldn't be able to eat that with you. I would not be able to eat that with you because, like...
Well, that's why I don't eat beef, because it's just too chewy and I just can't... I can't finish it.
It's like just seeing someone, like, spit something out whilst they've just been eating it, and then it's all, like, mushy and I can't even look at the fucking tissue. It makes me want to vomit. There's all, like...
It's not a pet peeve of mine, but, like, it's definitely not nice, is it? Because it's just all chewed up and then you expect them to just let it go down their system, but no, it comes back out and it's just in your eye line.
Yeah, they just swallow it next time, you know?
Just do the world a favour, do you a favour, do everyone a favour. Just eat your food. With your mouth shut. So, I have a pet peeve, and I think you are very familiar about it. Or with it, I should say. I think you don't like this either, but if somebody is taking a drink, they pick up their drink, they go, I cannot stand that. I really, 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 really hate that.
Just
Oh,
like,
there's
why?
no need for it.
Like, why are you going the extra mile to make us know that you enjoyed your drink?
You don't need to go to be refreshed by a drink. Like,
No,
let's say I had a Pepsi Max. Oh, it's not still there. I had a Pepsi Max earlier, and I was like, nice. I swallowed it, drunk it, and I was like, I've needed this. I didn't go, oh, I needed this. It's one of those things. It just feels unnecessary. You've definitely seen my frustrations with this. I've just off the top of my head remembered. Why is it people are walking, they're in front of you, you're walking at the same speed, and they just stop dead in front of you without looking who's behind you? Like, I'll just get to the side so this person can go past. Why do they just stop and look around then?
It's like people who just stood in the middle of the road.
Not even that, just like, you can even hear footsteps behind you and you decide to just go, do. Oh, now you see me. Cheers. Just go off to the side where no one's going to be walking.
Like when people just stop in the middle of the footpath. That really annoys me, just standing in the middle of the footpath.
I don't have a problem with it if they're to one side. Like, if they're directly in the middle. Get out of the middle.
That's what I'm on about. The people in the middle.
Some woman with a pushchair could be trying to walk past and you just stood in the middle, like, looking at your phone for directions.
On about women in pushchairs.
Oh, no.
What annoys me is the people who have the pushchairs, but like the really dramatic pushchairs for their newborn kids that's going to grow out the pushchair in like 3 months.
Oh, what do you mean, like, just well designed?
Like the 4K pushchairs.
4K pushchairs?
Like $4,000 pushchairs.
Yeah.
The baby.
Like, why would they be $4,000?
Some pushchairs are. Research it.
Well, no, I'm just asking, like, what kind of pushchairs? Like, what do they look like?
They're designer ones and that.
Oh, just standard ones, but that are expensive.
Yeah, and they got like just a bit nicer for the kid, I guess. But like the kid's growing out of it in 3 months, you don't want to spend that much money on a pushchair. If the kid's growing out of it in 3 months, you're going to spend another 4K. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, because like having a kid is expensive enough, and then you're making it more money by getting an overpriced pushchair when they're not going to use it you're not going to use it for any more than a year, because you'll need to upsize and you'll need to buy a new one. So you might as well just get the cheapest ones that are functional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never thought about that, but yeah, it's definitely stupid.
Another stupid one: the people who get their baby's name in charms and attaches it to their pushchair.
Why would you do that? Especially when you've got. Apologies if someone's name is called this, but especially if your name is like Abracadabra. Like, why? Look, my kid's called Abracadabra. I
think if I saw a girl called Penelope, I would be so angry just for the sake they're called Penelope.
One of my teachers in junior school was called Penelope. I don't know why I know that, but
like, it's such an ugly name.
Wow. Think about the mothers who named their daughter Penelope.
But like, you don't look at a 2-year-old and go, yeah, that's a Penelope there. Like, fresh out the fanny, and you'll go and Bill.
Yeah, but don't you think some people just name their kids so it's like an adult name, but they don't think about it when they're a kid? Like, when are you ever going to meet a newborn baby called Dave? Oh, I'm just going to visit baby Dave. It just doesn't happen, does it? But it's normal when you're like, oh, my 23-year-old mate is called Dave. Oh, that's not out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and then like you see Dave and he looks like a Phil, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have these names and you think of guys that look like these names. Like, if you ask me to think of a Phil, I'll think of a bold, fat British man.
if you come up with James, it's just some boring brown-haired bloke, like
Exactly.
with a side part. No, not side part. What's it? When you just brush it to the side. What's that called?
However,
No, but you have hair there, but it's like you brush it.
yeah,
That
I don't know.
screams James.
It's like there's like certain names that like just really get on my nerves.
Well, name them. You've got Penelope. You've got
Sandra.
Sandra.
Yeah. I don't even know it.
Shut up.
Sandra. Benson. You're gonna have to name names and I'll tell you if they annoy me or not.
Well, I'll tell you what annoys me on the topic of names. You've got when you have anyone named, like their first name sounds like a surname. Like Jackson, for example. Benson was a good example. Johnson. Why the hell would you call your child Johnson?
Johnson.
It could be that. Like, scrap Boris. Boris sounds good next to Johnson.
Or it's where you have like a name and it obviously has an already built-in nickname in your mind. Like if you have Robert,
So, yeah.
your name's Robbie, but say
Or Bob
you
or Rob.
yeah,
Could be anything.
you want to be different and you go by like E. Like that really annoys me. Like have a given nickname.
Yeah, you just shorten up your name to one letter.
Like the name's Robert and they're going by fucking Bert instead of Rob. Like that would really get on my nerves.
Like, it doesn't get my nerves per se, but like you can't do that with certain names. Like my name, Lee. My name's not Lee, it's Liam. Like, it just doesn't work because it's not spelled Leean. You've got
GHJM.
oh, you've got like Chris. You can't shorten Chris to anything. You can't say like Cr, or you can't just call him C because that's just not how it works. Oi, C, how are you? And someone's just going to assume you're calling them the C bomb.
It's like if your name's Matthew and you go by Few. So that would really.
Right, Hugh. How are you? How are Hugh? I'm not gonna lie. I'm waiting for somebody. So obviously this is the first episode. I will wait for somebody to say some of my jokes get on their nerves, and it becomes a pet peeve. If somebody says that, I'm going to invite them for the second season.
Some of your jokes get on my nerves.
Alright, stop trying to get in the video. Just trying to get in the video. Just trying to look famous. No, I mean, like, somebody... I don't mean like that. I mean, like, the amount of jokes I can come up with is just, like... none of them are funny to you, and it's just... Yeah, you have a problem with it, stuff like that.
Your jokes are funny to me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, how boring must you be to not like jokes?
That else is a pet peeve. Wet willies. No.
Wet willies. I love the name of that.
No, they literally like get on my nerves.
Why?
Like, why are you?
Does it make your ear moist?
Oh, yeah. Why are you licking your finger and shoving it in my ear hole?
Because it's funny. It winds people up, so it's funny.
It doesn't feel nice.
Oh
It
no.
doesn't-
That's why it winds
like,
people up.
That's why I don't like it. That's why.
Yeah, but
Also,
wouldn't you like to get frustrated every once in a while?
no, not my wet willies. If you ever go near my ear with your wet finger, I will actually cry.
Not punch me, you'll just cry.
Yeah, I'll just cry.
No, I know. I've still never done it to you because I remember the first time you said you don't like it happening. So I won't do it because I'm respectful. Do you know what I will do?
What?
I will start moaning about another pet peeve I have.
What?
Why Oh my god, why do people sing their hearts out in public? Not like if you're trying to perform in front of like people in the town centre. That's whatever. You do that. When you've got earphones in, you're walking along the street and you're just singing, all the leaves are brown, all the leaves... Like, no one wants to hear that.
You know what else annoys me? People who's got to stand out. Like, if you all group singing Happy Birthday and we've got someone optimizing, harmonising, someone's an alto, someone's a soprano, like, what is all this about?
I know something like that.
Like, you're singing Happy Birthday and you've got someone going, Happy Birthday. Like, what are you doing?
That feels aimed at someone.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's... with anything, really. Like, why do you have to... So, here's an example for you. You know the movie Sing?
Yeah, with the elephant.
That elephant, you can...
What is that elephant doing?
Because they even sing Happy Birthday in the first film, don't they?
Yeah, it's
And
so
they're like,
rude.
Happy Birthday. You don't...
I
Bit
was
over the top.
That was our referencing.
Ah, you were.
Yeah.
And like another example, I think the actress's name is Hannah Waddingham. I assume you haven't seen Benidorm, the show.
No.
You haven't. Yeah. There's a scene where she's singing "The Winner Takes It All" and like
The winner takes it.
they're doing like a karaoke contest, and she goes all out with her voice. She's like, "The winner takes it all." Like, why? You've won anyway. You don't need to do that.
Just sing it normally.
Stop making it all about you. Oh God! Stop making it all about you. Just sing the song. That's not your natural voice. Don't unless the song has that in it, like the original song. Is there any need to go all your octaves up high?
Yeah. No. Do you know what else annoys me with stuff like that? I forgot.
You forgot. Do you know what annoys me? When people forget what they're gonna say.
No, like. Sorry, I need to adjust myself so I'm comfortable. So, like, hey, Rainbow Dash. Like, when you go to the cinema and there's the people who know what's going to happen and they're like, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is quite annoying, isn't it, Kung Fu Panda 4 Ruiner?
Oh, I thought you knew what was going to happen.
No! I don't research films before I watch them.
I didn't either. It just guessed.
You're just a prime example of that.
No, but it really annoys me. Also really annoys me when, like, I've watched a film and I'm sat there chilling, watching it with other people, and they're like, what happens next? What happens next? Come on, tell me what happens next. I'm really pissing me off. Like, watch the film. You're going to find out for a second.
Yeah. I know it also annoys me, like, when you're in the cinema and you just hear people trying to sound funny. Like, so there's a joke in the film, for example, say like, oh, two fat ladies, 88, and then someone behind you says, oh, my mum and my nan. Well, you're funny, aren't you? You're just ruining the joke for everyone.
Also, like, do you know what else is your pet peeve? Disney adults.
Can you explain?
Why are you 40 and still buying tickets to Disneyland?
Maybe for your kids.
Why are you going out of your way to go to a child's park?
Maybe for your kids.
If you don't have kids, no. If you have kids, it's fine.
I'm not commenting on this because I have a family member who does that. So I thought you'd know. But yeah, I mean, I just tell people to grow up.
Like, it's a bit weird.
You're allowed. Yeah, I mean, you're allowed a passion, I guess. But sometimes it's like you don't need to go so many times if you've been before, as much as you enjoy it. Like,
I need to rephrase this. If you go and you like look normal, act normal, like go on the rides, act normal, is the ones where you're like 30 and you're going around dressed as Tinkerbell in a dress you brought from the kids store down the road.
Well, yeah, that's a bit strange. Like, unless you're working there, like, obviously having to dress up as Snow White, it's a bit strange if you're walking around as Snow White, not working there, like, and you go on all the princess rides, and like, oh, where's my 7 dwarves on this ride?
Like, generally, it concerns me. It's like all those kids and all them kids' family have worked really hard to get them there, and we've got some fat 30-year-old pushing in front of them on all the rides. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that. So it's not as bad to me as it is with my mum, but it's when you're queuing so long for anything, no matter what it is, anything, and then someone's just got to try and barge past. Sometimes it's not even a little kid either. If it's a little kid, you can forgive them if they're like if their parent is like, oh yeah, come back here, kid. You can't do that. That's naughty. But then the adult's like, oh, I might as well go get him and then push in the line myself. You don't need.
Yeah,
That's not necessary. That's just disgusting. Don't do it.
Also, thing that annoys me is babies on aeroplanes. Like, I'm sat on a 2-hour, 3 a.m. I don't want to hear your child screaming 3 aisles down because you forgot to breastfeed it before you got on.
It's like same with. I think the word it's. I was going to say what on a train is the worst for me. It's when you're in a restaurant, like, or even just a pub, and you hear a little kid screaming Bloody Mary until they get their own way. Don't bring your kid out, or just learn to control your kid.
Like, babies, I can understand. If your kid's like solid 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and they understand what they're doing, and you are just letting them scream blue murder, like, that's when it starts to get annoying. You know what I mean?
It's just I feel like every time I try and go for a nice dinner, you always hear some kid playing up, and you wonder, right, does the kid have a problem, or is the parenting the problem? Usually, it's the parenting. So it just winds me up when, like, along the lines of parenting, you see 13-year-olds smoking crack. Like, who brought you up? Seriously.
The 13-year-olds who dress like they're turning 27 next month.
Yeah, I know. I see. I don't. Well, I'm not really looking out for them, but I don't really see as many anymore as I used to a few years ago. Like people when I was about 14, when they were my age as well, and I'm just dressed normally, like maybe in a hoodie or whatever, or just coat, trousers, stuff like that. And I see a 14-year-old girl looking like she's a prostitute.
Yeah,
how can you let your daughter go out like that?
Why are you dressing like that?
What? No, not even that. Like, how are you letting your daughter out the house? Seriously, like that. I'm all for people wearing dresses. Go do that. But my God, oh God, if you're 14 and you're going out like that, you're in for some trouble.
Yeah, it's like when it comes to summer and they're all wearing like the tiniest of shorts ever. Like, shorts are fine. If you're wearing the ones that go up your ass and you're purposely putting them up your ass, that's when it gets concerning. Like, who are you trying to attract?
I don't see the point in it. You're very rarely gonna meet someone you love by doing that. Like, oh my God, love at first sight. Oh, this bloke is really beautiful. I like her bum cheeks. It just doesn't work both ways. Same with like if a bloke had a Speedo on. Oh my God, that woman over there, she's gorgeous. I want to get under that Speedo.
Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense.
Strange, like, yeah, it's opposites attract. Yes, not like that. You're not gonna. There's summer romances for a reason. They're not gonna last.
They're just for the summer.
Exactly. Hence the name Summer Romance.
Yeah. I also don't like people who, like, go out of their way to make everyone else's day miserable. Like, they have a bad day, and then you'll hear about it for the next 17 years. Also, another thing that gets on my nerves is people who just have to have it worse off than you.
Yes, so, yeah, that's quite irritating. Like you say, oh, I've just had a rough day today, and somebody else was like, oh yeah, but did the so and so happen to you? No, I didn't think so. Happened to me though. Where's my sympathy? Stop it. You're not getting any sympathy if you do that.
Like,
Definitely
you'll
not from me.
tell them you had a rough day, try and like, entertain yourself, make yourself a bit happy, and they're like, well, my cat died. I'm sure it died, but whatever.
Look, I'm sure you're going to have a funeral for it. It's a cat, not a parent. You'll live.
It's also people's got to make stuff about them.
Yes.
I'm
I hate it when people are like, I'm the main character. Yeah. No, you're not. You're in the same world as everyone else is in. Get real.
like, another thing that annoys me is people that's so impatient to get something. Like, say if I'm stood in front of the ketchup, I'm literally like just stopped in front of the ketchup, and I'm picking up some barbecue sauce, and someone's like, "Oh, sorry," and just reaches for the ketchup, and they can see I'm just about to move.
Reaches in front of you. Yeah. Can't be patient. Get on with it. You don't need. You're not in a rush. Your parking ticket's not going to run out immediately if you don't get this ketchup right there and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, it just annoys me. It just makes you want to go slower.
Speaking of slower, it annoys me when I have to slow down. When so let's say you're on a 4-road street, so you've got one way, backwards, that way and that way. You're on the pavement. You're trying to cross the road. Somebody's trying to go that way. Why am I closer to the traffic lights than they are? Yet I have to stop for them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like they oh, my finger. It's like they're speed. I thought I just broke my finger then. Not gonna lie. It's like they're speeding up so they don't get in front, so they don't end up behind you for some reason. What benefit does that give you? Makes no difference.
Same with cars when they pull up in front of me for no reason. That annoys me.
Yeah, like they're putting their nose out when there's no one behind you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to stop if there's no one behind you.
Yeah, it's like when they're like poking their nose and they like see that I'm not driving as fast as the cars in front of me because I don't want to speed sometimes, and they're like trying to come out in front of me. Like, you're not getting in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't. You don't need to do that. Like, if there's no cars behind you, then you're just going to not stop because you just want to keep the momentum and you know that they're going to get out soon. If you're like in a line, like a big queue, you might as well stop because otherwise they won't get out for ages. Maybe they'll have somewhere to be.
It's the people also who let everyone go in front of you though.
Yeah. One or two people, like if I drove, 1 or 2 people I'd let out, but if there were like a whole massive group of people, I would just be like, you know what, I'm not waiting. The rest of you can wait, sod off.
Like, I'll let one out, then drive. So
yeah, I don't want to be sat there for 2 minutes.
Like, you don't have to let everyone go, but at least one person.
Yeah, it's just decency to let a couple of people out, but if you're letting a whole traffic jam out, you might as well just go home. Might as well not bother driving.
Yeah.
Because then you're just sat in your car. Getting frustrated while the radio's playing.
Beyonce's on a third track for the 4th hour.
And you're just sat in a traffic jam because you're letting people out. It's your own fault. This is a question that I'm going to attempt to remember to ask every guest who comes on here. So obviously the podcast is based around pet peeves, stuff that annoys you, stuff you hate. Get that ridiculous or worthy hatred out there off your chest. But what is one pet peeve about yourself that you cannot stand?
Oh, I don't actually know.
I've been thinking about this for the last 25 minutes, so I'm glad it's a good question.
What can't you stand about yourself?
Well, the question's not for me. So in other words, I didn't have an answer prepared.
No.
Not sure? Well,
About me.
you what?
What's your pet peeve about me?
About you? I've told you plenty of times. It's the fact you don't know your lefts and rights. It's so frustrating when I have to tell a 20-year-old which way is right and which way is left. No, right, I need you to turn right. Okay, that way. No, that's left!
Is that your impression of me? Okay, that way.
Yes. I've told you 17 times in the last 2 minutes. That way's right, that way's left. Why are you still questioning it?
I don't like how little I eat and then how much I eat.
Is that your pet peeve that you despise about yourself? Okay.
Mhm.
So what, you go from eating like a pig one day to being anorexic the next?
In the same day.
Oh, in the same
I'll
day?
eat like a sandwich and I'll be like, oh, I'm so full up, and I'll be like half a sandwich, and later in the day I'm having like a 4-course meal.
Okay, thank you for your answer. That's a good one. I'll make sure to try and remember to ask the future guests that. But
Yeah,
with that being said, I think that will conclude the first episode of the Relatable Problems Podcast. Hermione.
beep, beep,
Well, I was going to say any final words, but that's probably it.
beep.
Yep. Anyway, thank you for joining me.
Yippee.
Yep, and now all you're going to say for the rest of the evening is yippee. I saw your mouth move, but I didn't hear anything.
Thank you for having me on your
Huh?
cool podcast.
That's alright.
Problems.
Thank you for joining me. But anyway, yeah. That's that. That's the first episode done. Hopefully this does come out. Because I know what I'm like with projects. I do 1 or 2 episodes and then it never actually releases. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. We'll see if... Shut up. We'll see if there's any reason to do more than like 6-7 episodes, however many I'll do. And yeah, thanks you for watching.
Yippee.
Bye.
Bye. Bee.